I like to look at videos while I'm doing it. Pressure canning lentil, cabbage, tomato soup, hot pack. This is my pressure canner. And the soup is all ready. Cabbage from my garden, tomatoes from my garden, all kinds of seasonings that I have grown myself and or bought from the Amish, and it's going to be absolutely delicious. I got my jars ready, and I'm just packing pints because I'm one person. Fill up your jar. I have extra, so I will be filling up another jar. And I have a big enough pressure canner to hold a lot more. When it's hot, it's always good to have the fan on in the kitchen. Just don't have it if you have a propane stove like me. Don't have it, and I hate that stove, by the way, but don't have it so it messes the flame up. And make sure you debubble. Always debubble. And keep your soup an inch of headspace because it will expand. So make sure you always have headspace. I know I will be eating a lot of cabbage because I have 2 more big, beautiful cabbages in my garden. Now you don't have to do this, but I spoiled the jars because they were in the dining room in the jar area. I don't know if you can see it, but they were dirty. And so I washed them, but you know what? Because of the fact that we are having a water shortage, I'm going to use this water over again because it's been boiled. So here we go. When you're in a drought, never waste your water. Ever. Just keep it. And because this is you're not going to use this for eating. You're going to use this for either sterilizing or you're going to use it for water bath canning. Never dispose of water that you can use again, ever in a drought. Do not forget to clean off the jars. I use a little vinegar on my paper towel, and you have already done what you were supposed to do to go around each jar and make sure that there are no cracks. And just be careful when you're putting your lids on. Make sure that they're even before you put your rings on. This canner can do rows, so I'm going to put 5 on the bottom and 3 on the top, and I'll evenly space them. There's your pressure gauge. Always make sure that everything is about even and that you have tightened them, but not so ridiculously tight, and that these, see, this is under here. This is your pressure gauge. Where I live, 13 pounds of pressure. Never gets to 15 because of my altitude. 10 is too low. So you wait until the water starts spurting out here before you put your pressure gauge on. Time to put this on. Okay. Turn the timer off so you don't have to keep hearing it. Now you're going to wait before you start your timing again until that jiggles. And then you're going to cook this soup. I'm going to cook it for 60 minutes. Not quite ready yet, but usually when it gets to about 13 and that starts jiggling, then you adjust the heat. Now, because this is an old piece of shit stove and everything's broken, it's difficult. And I usually use that burner, but now I'm using this one, so I'm going to have to do this by hearing, by hand. That has to jiggle once it starts really jiggling, it's about 1 to 4 jiggles every minute. So you really have to kind of time it. And you really can't leave your canner. There you go. Pretty soon. All right, 65 minutes later. It's off. Now you just wait until everything cools. You never, ever, ever take anything off until the pressure goes all the way down to 0. And voila! Follow the cooperative extension recipes. Get them online. Okay, so I took it off because it is finished, and pretty soon I'll open the lid. Okay, looking good. Looking really good. I'll be taking them out in a second. What are you meowing about? What's the matter? She needs to be shaved the rest of the way. 8 vegan meals, and all you have to do is add rice if you'd like, and you've got a wonderful meal. You label them, clean the bottles off really well, especially around here in case there was any kind of spillage in the process, but I didn't have much. But that's a really good thing to do, and I keep vinegar and water in a container at all times and use it everywhere. So basically you label it, you know, I'm not fancy, I don't label the jars or put stickies on. I just put what it is and the date, then it goes away. Yep. Every good canner has their stuff. Yep, lots of lids. You have to have lids. The rings you take off, by the way. Somebody sent me all this prepper food 2 years ago. Store everything without the rings. That way you can go through and check for spoilage. I don't know what this is. Chili. Here's chili. And you just, you know, you have to go through and make sure everything is okay. And you got your food. I got peaches and chili and asparagus and beets and beans, and oh boy, I'll be canning a whole lot more. Salsa. And you start, well, this is just one of my places, but you know, I don't have to go out much in the winter. Once I can everything, I got food.